This is KCFV Ferguson, the sound of the North County. A step ahead of Top 40.
Community radio.
The wave of the future.
North County's new sound.
Diverse music for your diverse mind. This is
89.5 The Wave.
My name is Paul Huddleston, and I am the station supervisor general manager for KCFV, which is the district radio station located on the Florissant Valley campus. We are and have been student run since 1972. We were actually founded by a group of students who petitioned the president of the college at the time to apply for an FCC license, and they did, and they got it. Everything that we do is done by students. I am the only non-student employee of KCFV.
Joe Sonderman, I'm the old guy. I represent KCFV from the 1980s. I was here from, I guess, 83 to 85, maybe part of 86. It's changed so much, and it's really weird to sit here and see how it's changed.
Shout out to the 80s, babies! Because, yeah, I totally was born in the 80s. But we learn from amazing people like him, for real. So my name is Megan O, shout out to KCFV The Wave, because I started my radio career here.
We were kind of freeform all over the place for the first couple of years, and then disco hit. Somebody started bringing in some new wave records. So they started playing that, and they were like, I think maybe we should be the wave of the future, which in retrospect is kind of a little bit of a double entendre because it's the wave of the future, we're playing new wave music. It's also the wave of the future in that a lot of those DJs that were on during that period from mid-70s to mid-80s became future well-known broadcasters in St. Louis.
That was a time when this industry was really changing a lot, and I don't even recognize it now. So I represent the era when we were before the technology came in, before you had the computers, and before before consolidation.
It's one of the cool things about running a college station as opposed to a commercial station. We're under no obligation to get ratings. If a student comes in and says, hey, I really, really, really dig this local band, I went and saw them, and they just blew me away, I bought their CD, can we play them? We're one of the few places that can just say, yeah, we're gonna throw this in.
When I asked to play a song and they put it in the system, I felt dope. Mm-hmm. Like I am literally contributing to the music, to that artist, loving their style and helping to help build up their career that's coming, if that makes sense.
We were here then playing music that wasn't on the radio at all. We were playing the stuff that MTV was playing, but the commercial radio stations hadn't picked up on yet. So I started working at KHTR, but I was still here. So I was getting exposed to all this great music here and then able to bring it there.
For the technology, the computer, the system, the software, everything was more advanced here. I was getting the bang for my buck because it was the software that was way more advanced here than it actually was at a commercial radio station.
I love working in radio. I love working with students. And I love the fact that just anybody can come in and learn about things that interest them. When somebody who has experience doing it already and you show them this trick and they're like, oh, I had no idea we could do that. To someone who's really never used a computer and they record their voice and they edit, it is so cool watching that moment when they sit there and they realize, yeah, that is me and I like that and I can do that again. The other thing that's really cool is you might do sound design for an animation studio or a video production house. You might do a podcast. You might do audiobook narration. There's so many different things you can do that come out of the skills that you can learn here. So we're still kind of focused on radio, what can I say? But there's a lot more that you can kind of push out to if you want to. And we try and provide all that.
KCFV is second to none. And the reason why I say it is because they get you prepared to go out and be the best talent in whatever department you want. The fact that you know all the tools you need, you are powerful in itself. Knowledge, I don't care where you go, you can take that no matter where you are, and you get that right here.
Appreciate it. while you're here.
Yeah.
Don't let anybody knock and say, oh, it's a community college. Let me tell you something. You are as good as any of those broadcasting schools and any of those people that pay a fortune to get their hands on the equipment that you've got. And just that simple experience of opening a mic for the first time and communicating with someone. This radio station sounds as good as some professional radio stations I've heard.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, if you're getting on the air.
Right.
We'd like to expand what we can offer and consolidate what we can offer on the Florissant Valley campus, because right now we have KCFV is in the communications building. We have a TV studio and control room in the IR building, and we have the student newspaper, the Forum, in the Student Center. We want to make sure that all three of those pieces are well integrated and can work for students throughout the district.
St. Louis has always been so lucky because we are so spoiled. We have the best broadcasters for a market this size. Sure. A lot of that is because we have a facility like this. And for all that technology to change, the business to change the way it has, and for this to still be here.
Right. To know that all of us came through the program here at KCFV, there was nothing different than me and Cut. There was nothing different between him and everyone else here. The reason being is because we all were provided with the same exact tools and necessities that we learned here to take us out into the real world and be great in our own way.
Multiply that times every person who's come through here. They've got a story, and I'm sure they feel that. I'm sure they feel the way we do. Radio may morph into something else.
Yeah.
It may change, but this spot.
Yeah, like he said.
Just to sit here and remember playing those Culture Club and Billy Idol records, and you know, and hey, here's Bananarama.
Like he said, it will morph into something else. It's inevitable. It's media, you know, it's always going to change. But the things that won't change are learning the basic necessity and the tools and connecting with people like us. And then the staff here, you know, they want to see you win. That's what I love about this radio station. Everybody was like, oh, you want to learn how to do audio editing? Cool. Can you help me do such and such? And it's still like that. So I just think it's great. 50 years strong.
I love the fact that KCFV has made it 50 years. And I think that's the biggest thing. It's exciting that we've been here for 50 years, and it's even more exciting to think, we could do this for another 50, maybe? Will we always be a terrestrial radio station? There's probably a good chance. Will that always be relevant? Maybe, maybe not. Will what we do and what we teach people about be relevant? Absolutely.